We're gonna record. So everybody, let's get up on something soft to sit on. Oh, I'm gonna get up on my little poof. Maybe you have a pillow or a stool or something at home. It's gonna work well for you. Good. So the idea here is just if you can get your knees a little bit lower than your hips, your cadera, then you can start to let that area release. So it's like a modified version of sitting on the floor, basically. So once you're here, take a second, really get comfortable. Let your sits bones ground into whatever you're sitting on. And if just being on the floor feels perfect for you, then ya está. And I just want us to rest our hands for a moment on our thighs. And without really trying to shift your alignment just yet, just close your eyes and try to visualize where your body is, just where you are in space. And again, without trying to immediately do shifts in your breathing, see what happens if you just observe your breathing. And while you're sitting here, just do a little scan of your whole body. So, how are your feet, your knees, your hips, your ankles, neck, shoulders, your head, your top of the head? Just see how you're feeling. And then we're going to start becoming just a little more intentional with our breath. So all we'll do to begin is just start taking your breath in and out of your nose. I know it's allergy season. That might be a tall order. So do what is possible. And then again, feeling your exhales lengthen. Nice. And then I want you to feel yourself grow your body here, grow your torso by letting your sits bones anchor more deeply. And letting the top of the head stretch, reach up. And again, your inhales and exhales, just taking deeper into this sensation, what it feels like to be you right here, right now. Good. And then when you feel ready, let's just raise your arms. Take your two arms out for a moment and then stretch them, place them on your chest, on your collarbones. And then exhale, send the arms away. We're going to try that a few times. So you'll inhale, feel your chest rising up. And then exhale, sending that your arms away, maybe even feeling your abdominal muscles kick in as your arms move further from you. Allowing them, they're helping your spine stay long. Good. Inhale, big breath. And exhale, sending the arms away. Good. Let's inhale this time, interlace your fingers. And exhale, reach the arms. And then pull your shoulder blades apart as you take your head forward. Good. And then you're going to inhale, take your hands back to your corazon, back to your heart, sitting up. And then exhale, pull your shoulder blades away. Feel a stretch all the way back there. Inhale, coming, sitting up nice and tall. And exhale, reaching away, feeling that space in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, let's come up. And now this time, those interlaced fingers will take your hands behind the head. And you're going to squeeze, pull your scapula together. And then exhale, round, let the top of your head come down. Good. And then the weight of the hands is resting there on your head. So as you take a back bend, Your hands support your head. And as you come down, they offer a little extra stretch to your cervical vertebra. So we're going to inhale, let the chest open and rise up. And then exhale, bring that all the way down. Good. Inhale, coming up once again. And then exhale, rounding. Good. So now we're going to inhale and sit up. And exhale, release your arms for just a moment and begin to just roll your shoulders. Shoulders can come up alongside the ears and then they can release as you exhale. Find a little flow there, connecting your breath. Do your movement, inhaling as the shoulders come up and exhaling as they drop. Good. And then from here, let's let your head come down towards one shoulder and then down towards the other shoulder, letting the shoulders stay relaxed as your head is just lightly stretching side to side, feeling your neck. Feeling the sides of your neck lengthen. Good. And then we're going to let that same shoulder and ear pull up together and then release. And then opposite shoulder and ear come together and then they release. And we'll just try this little practice a few times. Again, keeping your eyes closed helps you pay attention to how you feel. Try to drop into that. Good. Let's take that one more time. Each side. Good. And then we're going to exhale. Take your two arms out. Take opposite hand and elbow together. And then let's just lightly begin to take our arms across the chest. Good. We'll let the arms really do the movement. Maybe keep your torso pretty stable. So you can stretch in here, the back of the arms. Good. Each side, just checking in with your back. Checking in with your shoulders. Beautiful. Let's exhale, slide the palms together now. So we'll inhale, stretch. The arms come all the way up, the chest opens slightly, and then you'll bring yourself right back to a neutral spine, palms together. And we'll inhale, sweep, take your arms up, let the chest open, and then exhale, find a long spine as your palms reconnect in front of your chest. Inhaling up, and exhale, coming right back down. Let's reverse that direction. So now the arms first sweep wide, up, and then down in front of the chest. And we'll go wide and up and down. Good. One more time. We'll go wide and up and down. Pause with the palms in front of your chest and then begin just a light little twisting side to side through your center. Good. Use your exhales to deepen your twist, to guide your twist side to side. Good. And then from here, let's turn your fingertips inward and let your wrists stretch for just a moment. Good. And then we're going to exhale, release the arms and unfold your two legs. Good. And then let's just, again, get anchored on your sitting bones. Good. This time we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up, and then exhale, let the arms come forward. Maybe you stretch out over your shins. Inhale the arms coming up once again. And then exhale, long lumbar coming forward. Inhale, sweeping the arms, floating up. And then exhale, coming forward once again. Inhaling up. And exhale, reaching forward. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale. And exhale. This time, fold over your legs. Let your head go. Let the back of the neck stretch. Good. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up. Slide one leg long, and let's leave one leg bent. And then we're going to come, stretch, reach over that leg, and right back up nice and tall. So you can inhale. And exhale, stretch, reach forward. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming out. Nice and long over your leg. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling up. And exhale. Now, if your fingertips can comfortably move towards the floor, let your head melt. It's okay to round the back here. Just let's inhale now. Lengthen your back. Lift the arm of your extended leg and stretch up. Feeling your back. And then we'll exhale, release. Now we're going to lift the arm of the bent leg and just come up. Feel your chest and armpit area opening. Good. And then we're going to inhale, sweep, bring two arms back up. And then let's exhale and change legs. So bringing the palms back in front of the heart, we're going to inhale, sweep, extend the spine forward. Exhale, lift, and then right back down. So you'll stretch, reach, come out over the leg. And exhale, floating up. Good. We'll come out over the leg. And exhale, coming up. Good. This time, we'll come out over the leg. And now release the arms here to your sides on either side of your front leg. And then melt, let the top of your head come down. Let's inhale, lengthen the back, looking up once again. And now that arm of your extended leg, we're going to stretch, reach it up. And then exhale, we'll release. Stretch, reach the opposite arm up. Good. Well, exhale, release, come down. Sweep two arms all the way into a seated position. And now bring the soles of your feet together for a moment and let yourself stretch. So back up on your sittable, make this comfortable for you. And you can take your oh, someone wants to come play with us. So squeeze your scapula all the way together. And let your head float back and your throat float up. And we'll exhale, release, let that come down. And from here, let's just sweep, take your arms up and take a nice long lateral stretch of your back. So one arm overhead, feeling that side of your body lengthen out. Beautiful. And then we'll exhale, sit tall, reach your rib cage once again towards the leg. Good. Letting your breaths be long and full, in and out the nose if that's the right thing for you. Let's see. Can you take your fingertips, pull them all the way together, almost like you're gonna pick up something with all your fingers, and then keep that little squeeze and reach your fingertips towards your armpits. Good. Now turn your wrists up, reach your fingertips towards your shoulders. Good. And sometimes it's a nice practice, you'll notice. Just take the thumbs together and then the pinkies together, ring fingers. Good. And then we're going to exhale, release that. And then let's sweep. So I'm taking my right leg out. Go with the leg that works for you. Inhale, take your arms all the way up. Good. And now let's reach towards your extended leg. And now let's reach away from it. So you'll take this a few times. Up, 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 and over. Good. Inhale, sitting tall. And to the other side. Good. And let's pause now, stretching towards this leg. Really let the opposite sits bone drop into the floor. So you feel this maximal opening here in the side of your back. Pull in with your belly muscles as you bring yourself up. And then we're going to switch and come over and really open this armpit towards the sky. So let gravity, just stretch your arms, stretch your chest, stretch into this armpit area. Feel like I could be here all night. And then we'll exhale, float ourselves up, and just fly away. All right, let's switch legs. And with that leg all the way out, once again, take your two arms up. And we're just kind of going to rock and reach. So feel your rib cage side to side. I was thinking that actually might be a wonderful drill to do, just a flying drill. Try to fly for 2 minutes. Okay, just rocking your rib cage. Using your exhales to take you down and up and down. Beautiful. So now we're going to come stretch towards our extended leg. Good. And just enjoy for a moment. Let your head and neck do what they need to do. Beautiful. And then from here, we'll exhale, open the body away from that extended leg, and then let your rib cage kind of float away. So the chest, heart area open up. Muy bien. Let's exhale, release. Sitting tall, let's slide 2 legs out now. And I want you to bend and straighten your knees just a few times so you feel some energy there in the backs of your legs. Maybe exhale as the heels move away. Good. And then we're going to take a moment, your 2 arms stretch, reach out. You're going to twist your spine one direction. Pull your scapula onto your back and twist. Take your gaze behind you. Good. We'll inhale, move, stretch, reach to the opposite side, twisting. Good. Maybe taking your gaze all the way back behind you, getting a deeper stretch in your neck. Good. And we're going to inhale, come up, stretch towards one leg. Good. That top arm can roll out and in your shoulder socket. Good. Exhale, lifting. Stretch, reach, coming towards the opposite leg. And then same thing, top arm can roll out and in. Good. We're going to inhale, come up. Palms together on top of your head. The head move into your hands. Roll your palms to face the ceiling. Again, still lengthening the back. Then just like we pumped our knees a moment ago, pump the elbows. Kind of feel that energy through your back. Remember, all these little movements, all these little dynamic stretches help us improve blood flow and circulation in our joints. And what the world needs now is just a little blood flow and circulation. All right, let's exhale, release, shake your fingers and pull the legs in too. Oh, who wants to just lay back for a little bit? Let's go down to the mat. So I'm going to slide off of my little sittable. And then I'm going to come down here. I've got some cushion in my mat, a little blanket. Can use that too. I'm going to stretch, reach my fingertips for a moment. This always feels great to my back. So I'm reaching my fingertips towards my toes. And I'm letting my scapula kind of separate. Good. Another thing, this might seem silly, but it might be worth giving a try. Open your knees slightly, and then see if you can place your temples in between your two knees. And then just lightly, let's try like 10 times. I want you to squeeze the knees out and in. So you're just giving a little massage here, a little temple compression. Oh. Good. So the knees squeeze in on your temples. Bueno, apretamos los lados de la cabeza con las rodillas. Well, that feels so nice to me. I just could do this for another hour or so. I don't know what that says about me. But anyway, inhale. You'll have to let me know after class if you enjoyed that. All right, let's exhale. And now let your hands come to your inner thighs. Pull the elbows apart again and just kind of hang back here. Good. And then you're going to slowly bring yourself down to the floor in a comfortable way. You can bring your arms up overhead. And just with your right leg, let's do this about 5 times. You're going to ride an imaginary bicycle. Okay, so we're going to stretch, reach, come out all the way. And then right back in, stretch, reaching out all the way. Good. Try that one more time. And then let's go ahead and ride that imaginary bicycle all the way home. So you're reversing the action there. Good. All right, allow that leg to release. And then another little bicycle with the left leg. So as the leg stretches up, pay attention to your ankle, to your knee, to your hip. Feel as the leg extends, there's a firming, there's a connection into your belly. So it supports your torso, supports the weight of the leg coming down. Let's reverse now, riding your bicycle backwards. Good. All right, and then let's try your two legs up, and you're gonna ride a miniature, a tiny little bicycle. So right and left, feeling one knee bend as the opposite knee straightens, as you extend through your hips, and continue reaching and releasing. Good, let's change the direction there. Excellent. Let's pause. Knees can bend for a moment here. And then just take a couple breaths to let in the legs, the hips relax. And then I'd like us to try, if you can, extending the legs again. Stay as soft with your knees as you'd like. But then you're just going to kind of do an air walk, letting the legs come. One forward, one back. And again, still staying connected to those muscles in your belly. Good. Letting your exhales guide your movement. Good. Let's pause now. Take your two legs together, and then you're going to kind of open and bend. Let's close and straighten. Maybe try about 10 of these. Open and bend, close and straighten. Open, bend, close and straighten. And again, you'll feel the belly connect as the legs lift. Big breaths each time and lifting you. Good. Excellent. And now from here, let's pause with your knees bent. Take your hands to your ankles and you can lightly rock your back here just a few times. Good, and now we're gonna set your feet down on the floor. And once you're here, kind of continue, you're gonna hip hike. So that's gonna mean one hip pulls up from the floor, hikes up from the floor, and then you set it right down. So opposite hip hikes up from the floor, and then you set it right back down. Up from the floor, and exhaling down, up from the floor, and exhaling, feeling your center connecting each time. Good. So, with both feet still anchored into the floor, stretch your arms to your sides. Feel your chest open up. And then we'll push our feet evenly into the floor. Let the hips lift. And then exhale, come all the way down, bone by bone by bone. Inhale, filling yourself there. And then exhale, curling, peeling, letting the tailbone rise up. Inhale. And then on an exhale, coming all the way down. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. And exhale, lifting, lifting, lifting. Inhale, taking a full breath on top. And then exhaling, letting that exhale take you to the floor. Let's do this a couple more times. It's feeling therapeutic. Exhale to lift. Inhale, a big breath. Exhale, lowering down bone by bone by bone. Inhale. And exhale, push and lift, squeezing the scapula together. And then we'll come right back down to the floor. One more time, let's go up. And now this time, just hold the pelvis lifted. Let's try 5 or 10 breaths. So feeling your weight stay anchored in your feet. Good. Feeling your knees nice and parallel. Your fingertips anchored into the floor. And then use an exhale, slowly bring that back down. Raise your right leg up, and then you're just going to circle the leg a few times in your hip socket. So just check on your hip, right? Use these movements, these little movements as kind of diagnostic movements. How's your hip today? Good. Let's circle the leg the other way. This can be as small and as slow as you can make it. Wonderful. Let's bend that knee. And exhale, lightly tap your knee. So one leg down, one leg up, one leg down, one leg up. Good. And again, just affirming in your belly and a floating feeling through your hips. Good. So now we're going to pause. Right leg goes to the floor, left leg circles in the hip socket. Once again, just continue to pay attention to how your hip feels as it moves. And then we'll change the direction. Beautiful. Let's pause. Let your two legs come up. And then lightly, this can be like just a little sway, almost like a slow dance with yourself. Let the legs kind of travel side to side. It can feel like a little massage for your back. Good. It can also, if it feels nice, kind of draw a few little circles, two legs side by side. Good. And then we'll let the legs circle now in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Bend your knees. Let your feet come to the floor. Take your two arms overhead, and then let's push and roll just over towards the computer screen. And we'll work a little bit on our side here. So your top knee can come down and up. Good. And the knees can stay bent. Just waking up your hip socket. Good. Now squeeze your top knee into your bottom knee and lift the bottom part of the leg down and up. Good. All these little exercises wonderful for hip health. Good. Now we're going to let the whole leg lift together and lower together. And again, let the bottom leg stay anchored into the floor. And then from here, let's just lightly circle your top leg all the way around a few times. You might be feeling some burning there. Okay, let's circle the other way. Good. Now you're going to stretch that top leg behind you, keeping the leg bent. And then grab on to take hand to ankle, and just let the hips stretch behind you. Excellent. Let that top leg travel in front of your bottom leg. And then let the top arm now circle around in your shoulder socket. So again, just stretching all that tissue in there. Good. We're going to circle it in the opposite direction. Good. Let's pause. Hold that arm open back behind you. And you're just going to let the chest open towards the sky. Let's give this 5 breaths. Wonderful. Go ahead. Take the top arm underneath your shoulder. Let's exhale. Push up, reach your hips back just a little. And a side lying um, child's pose. We'll push with our hands. Exhale, lift. And then take that on the other side. So you can just shift sides here, coming to rest. Top knee is bent. And now you'll let the top knee, once you let the rest of your body settle, just comes down and up from the floor. The knees are bent. Legs slightly out from the torso. Wonderful. So now let that top knee come down and stay down, and then the bottom part of the leg is going to lift up. Good, as you squeeze the knees in. So you're just feeling the internal rotation of your hip. Femur bone pulls in as the shin bone lifts. Good, let's try that one more time. And then release it, and then the top hip again, you can let it come down. I sort of am just playing with this shape of my pelvis, trying to lengthen out my back, and now your top leg, let it lift and lower. Good. So let's hold the leg lifted and then lightly let it circle in the hip socket. And then we're going to let it circle the other way. Good. And then we're going to exhale, stretch, reach it all the way back. Your hand coming to your ankle. Oh, and then let that heel kind of pull and guide. A big stretch through the front of your body, through your chest, through the knee, through the hip. Wonderful. Exhale, release. Let the top knee travel forward. And then your top arm is going to circle all the way around. And then you'll allow it to circle in the opposite direction. Then we'll go ahead, open, take a nice long, nice big twist here. Beautiful. Let's tuck your legs in, pull your bottom or your top arm in front of your shoulder and push up, reach your hips back and get a big stretch in your back. Then we're going to inhale, move your torso forward, lift your knees so they pull underneath your hips. And then we're going to stretch, reach your thighs back. And exhale so you can let the hips come slightly forward if you'd like. And then exhale, reach the sits bones towards your heels. Maybe take a breath or two here. And then exhale, move the weight forward. Good. Flow this way just a few times. If it feels nice to kind of create a little undulation in your spine, maybe even let the head lift a hair and pull all the way back. Beautiful. So now we're going to just take a little sweep. So you circle your pelvis. So the hips come all the way around, out over the thighs, out over the shins. Good. And then we'll just circle your hips in the opposite direction. Beautiful. So now we're going to walk your two hands a little more forward and let the forearms come to the floor. And then perhaps your sternum bone or your head can also come and reach down. Just stretch a few breaths. We'll inhale, come up. And then exhale, just take a couple little basic cat-cows here. Arching and rounding your back. Good. And then you'll just sweep. I'm going to take this as my arm closest to the computer, reach it back and stretch. Inhale, I'm going to come forward and then let that arm tuck underneath me. And take 5 breaths here. Whoa, and then we'll exhale. Bring it back. Let's try that same little sequence there on the other side. I'm going to bring my arm further from the computer screen away. Feel a big stretch. Come back. Let my head come down. Give this a few breaths. Good. We'll inhale, come up. And exhale, tuck that arm all the way underneath you. Good. As you reach. Good. We're going to inhale. This time, come onto your two knees. Make sure your knees are all the way underneath you. And then exhale, bring your fingertips here to your lumbar. Just stretch, open your chest. Inhale, coming right back up. Interlace your fingers, bring your hands together back behind you. And then exhale, let's let the top of your head come down to the floor. And then slowly bringing yourself up from there. Good, let me do just a tiny little time check. Oh goodness, it's time to be getting done. So let's just do, just to finish out, curl your 10 toes underneath you and lift your hips up nice and high. Take a down dog. And in your down dog, feel your heels reach away from your toes. Feel your hands help guide the weight of your spine up. Lift of the tailbone up. Wonderful. And then when you feel ready, slowly begin to bring your knees back down to the floor. We're going to turn this way now. And if there's any little extra things you'd like to give yourself before let's go down to the floor. And then from here, go ahead, exhale. I've got my hands behind my right thigh. And I'm going to exhale, stretch, reach this leg, and get a deep stretch of my hamstring. Now that bent bottom knee can open away and the top leg can reach out. Good, let's exhale, close those limbs. Take your top ankle now to the bottom leg. Interlace your fingers around that bottom leg and then exhale, lightly move your thighs over your torso. The neck is long. Your jaw, your brow are relaxed. Just take one more big exhale here. And then your right leg, let it come to the floor. You've got your hands now around your left leg. Stretch that left leg up and then let it slide a little closer to you. Wonderful. So now we're going to open your top leg, open your bottom knee. Just a few more breaths. Then we're going to exhale, bend, take the top ankle to the bottom thigh, and then wrap your hands around your femur bone. And then lightly let those thighs, let the legs move in over your chest. And now we're going to unfold both legs and let the legs come down to the floor. Then you can let your palms open up at your sides, and let's just take a few long, full, complete deep breaths together. Take one big full inhale and hold that inhale. And then exhale. Let it go completely. Try that again. And then exhale, release totally. And then when you feel ready, just lightly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And circle your ankles, circle your wrists. Hug your knees up over your chest and lightly rock your back side to side, front to back. And then we're going to roll to the right side and rest for a moment in a fetal position. And then use the strength in your arms, pressing up, finding seated. And we'll come, bring the palms together before the heart. Bow the head, close the eyes. Your practice is a gift. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your evening. Namaste.